larger than life. It is called Texas high school football. Only one show can bring the greatest sport from the greatest state into focus. Lone Star Gridiron.
Here today with Chris Lackey of the Liberty Panthers. How you doing today, Coach?
Doing good, man. How about you?
I am doing good. Now we're reaching the point, we're right at the end of the school year. That means you get to see your football players out all through the winter, all spring, competing in other sports, competing in other UIL activities, competing in what could be working in the weight room. So how's the spring went so far?
It's been really good. Our kids and coaches have been working really hard. Really put a big focus on strength and conditioning this off season. So we're doing well. They're getting stronger, getting faster, and then trying to get a little football taught as well. So
Now this will be your second season there at Liberty, but really it's your first time to go completely through a season from the summer all the way around to the summer. So talk a little bit about implementing what you want to implement there and how that is different this year from last year.
well, when we got here originally, we had a big change in coaching staff. So we had a lot of new faces, a lot of new coaches, and really just trying to set the culture and the tone that we wanted to have. We want to be a team that's going to be, disciplined, committed, hardworking, all that type of stuff. And so we really try to come in and try to instill that in everything that we do, uh, whether that's how we get to the athletic period, um, the how we move from and to the weight room or move station to station or in football practice. We try to tell them, we're not walking anywhere. So just trying to set the tone and the culture, and just trying to bring those kids along to what we're accustomed to doing. And then also, there's a big change in philosophies as far as offensive, defensive, special teams. We've completely kind of revamped what we had been doing here in the past. We were a double wing offense, 3-4, and kind of did some different things on special teams. And we've moved from a double wing to a spread offense, doing a lot of 10, 11 personnel. So just when we first got here, it was real foreign of throwing and catching the ball. I mean, everybody that you asked, they played running back or offensive line. So just trying to develop some quarterbacks at a young age, even with the Liberty youth football, all the way up through high school. So and then defensively, we switched from a 3-4 to a 4-2-5 base, and just really focusing on fundamentals of tracking and tackling and fighting off blocks. And then special teams, we put a big focus on special teams. I think we spend 10 to 15 minutes every day on special teams. So it's been a lot of changes, but it's been good so far. Seems like the kids have bought in, and coaches are all in, and just trying to get better every day.
Now, so if you don't mind, walk us through what you might look like on the field this fall. Who you losing to graduation? Who might step into those roles? Who's back? Who might fill a different role?
Okay. I mean, when we first came in, going from a double wing offensive spread, obviously our first concern is quarterback. And so we didn't have a kid that really had been a true quarterback throwing the ball. And so Gavin Fontenot is who we ended up starting at quarterback and played for us all year. Led our team in rushing, and threw the ball pretty well. So he's going to be missed. Colby Ewing was our middle linebacker, that really was pretty dominant, our most dominant player on defense, and he's gone as well. So those are some guys that will be missed for sure, and along with several others. But we do have some good young guys coming up. Our running back Alex Valterra is back. Victorian Dawson and Tony Denman are both played receiver DB for us. They're both back. Cade Jordan, he played some defensive end for us. We're moving him probably to inside backer, then playing a little tight end. So all of those guys are back. We had some returning linemen that were young this year, and so as far as what this season will look like, we we were 2-8. We finished 2-8. We won one more district ball game than they did the year before. We lost 4 ball games by 7 points or less. So we saw some improvements. We weren't quite able to get over the hump in some of those games. So really hoping that we can change that this year. We're in a really tough district. It's, in my opinion, it's probably one of the toughest 4A Division II districts in the state. I mean, we had 4 of the top teams in the top 23 in the top 10 most of the year. And those guys are all going to be good again. So Silsbee, West Orange, Jasper, and Hampshire Finette, all those guys are really good. And then Coach Bass does a great job at Hardin Jefferson, and fully believe that they're going to be a good football team as well. So our district's really tough. So it's going to really come down to us playing as disciplined as we can. I think we got to be really disciplined in what we do and play really stinking hard. And so hopefully we'll come away with a few more wins. But I don't know if that's exactly what you're looking for, but that's kind of my synopsis for next year.
Yeah, you not only answered the question I asked, you answered the question I was about to ask. So
we're really excited. I mean, we have some really good young guys coming up. Our 7th grade, I think they only lost 1 game. 8th grade had some success. Our freshman group, we try to have a freshman team and a JV this year, which is different in the past. And so we had to play some games combined, but our freshman team, when they played alone and played a freshman team, they were 7-0. So we have some good kids coming. And once they've kind of been in our strength and conditioning program and in our system, I think the future is bright here in Liberty.
Liberty's a small town that's kind of nowhere. It's not Houston. It's not Beaumont. It's not really anywhere. But at the same time, that creates that environment where you feel you are there. You're not being so much pulled other places when you're in the community. And you mentioned youth football. For those that are more familiar with mega districts like Allen and Katy and Cy-Fair, go a little bit into what role or how you interact with the youth football, any football outside of the high school, how you integrate the junior high programs, and even what you do with the youth programs to prepare them for the future.
Right. I mean, he's coming in as athletic director in a smaller town. I came from Coppell, big 6A. I've been big school, small school, and everything in between. But I mean, you really have to focus on your youth programs and getting those kids, doing sports movements, kicking, throwing the ball, being in the gym. So all those things have really been a focus. We've really tried to instill a focus on all the way from our elementary PE to 6th grade pre-athletics. But in reference to just Liberty youth football, we hold a clinic for them before they start. So they'll meet with some of our coaches. I'll meet with them and our OC and DC, and just trying to go over some of the things, the way that we teach it, some kind of simplified playbooks for offense and defense, and then also taking them through some tackling stuff. We're all tackling certified now, and so we try to pass any knowledge that we can on to those youth coaches. So show them videos, show them film, pass on some playbooks, but really trying to affect those kids and just get them excited about playing football. I think football has kind of been under attack this last 10 years, maybe, just as far as being safety. And I think football's came a long way with helmets and protection and rules and all those type of things. And so just trying to get knowledge out there to our parent base and getting the youth excited about playing football and learning some of the things that are going to help them in middle school and then all the way up to high school.
Right. Now, you mentioned you were at Coppell, so you were at a bigger school, DFW. Now you're at a smaller school in deep Southeast Texas. Just based on your career and your perspective, what would you say the biggest challenge facing high school athletics in Texas right now is?
Ooh, that's a kind of loaded question. Man, it really feels like right now the big thing is stuff with the House and the state as far as the vouchers, or be able to transfer, having a one-time transfer. It seems like those things would greatly impact how we operate in Texas athletically. And I think that's one of the things Texas has always had a really good feel for, and has done a really good job. And our THSCA has done the same thing. You know, they've really fought to try to keep that aligned with the beliefs with all the ADs and football coaches in Texas. And so that's really, to me, the biggest challenge right now, is to make sure that, you know, we try to keep things in line, and not have kids transfer just because they get mad at a coach, but, you know, be able to just choose whatever school that totally would change the entire dynamic of Texas. Frankly, it's a little scary. So.
All right, so let's go from real big picture down to small picture. Try and learn a little bit about Chris Lackey. What would you say your number one guilty pleasure is?
Ooh, guilty pleasure. Man, that's a tough one. I don't know. You stumped me on that one.
All right, so let's change it to you get about 2.5 minutes every day where you're not thinking about football. So what are you doing during that time?
Generally, I'm lifting weights or hanging out with my kids. I mean, I have 6 kids. I have 4 girls, 2 boys from 14 to 6. They're all involved in sports, and so right now we're traveling around to basketball practices or basketball tournaments, and kind of everything in between. So really just hanging out with my family, or, you know, I try to get in the weight room a little bit with some of our kids. So.
All right, Coach. Well, thank you very much for your time today. Best of luck as the school year comes to an end here. You move through the summer and into the 23 season.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you having me on.
And for our viewers, if you like this video, click the like button down below. It really helps with the algorithm on YouTube and getting this video in front of more people's eyes. If you like what we're doing here at Lone Star Gridiron, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so that you don't miss any of the videos that we post.
LoneStarGridiron.com. Access the complete history of Texas high school football, over 100 years of information, win-loss records, coaching histories, individual stats, records, and more. Lone Star Gridiron, the authority on Texas high school football.